Hey everybody, today is October 3rd, Professor 1970. It's midday. I'm a little bored, so I thought I'd do a little video. I'm currently short SPY. You can see all these white candles are all low volume candles, and they've been just kind of trading between these three yellow lines that have acted as support and resistance. I'm actually short around this level right here, this 364.04 level. You can see there's a big gap between this blue line and this line right here. This 362.45 was the level I was looking for on Friday when we were selling off. I was looking for a rebound to that level. That actually never happened. We just actually traded all the way down to this 357.07 level and 357.97 level, which I wasn't expecting at the time. So I got caught, but I held on to it because there was a lot of put buying on Friday, and I thought, the market likes to do opposite of sometimes of what is happening, and when there's that much more put buying than call buying, you can pretty much bet that the market is going to react the opposite way to scare out those people, and that's probably what's happening today. I do expect that this rally will eventually be faded. I don't see the good news. I think we are going to trade down to the 340, 331 level. And if things get really bad, I think we can see 270. I've been saying it since June, or really since before then. I've posted about it, so you can look it up on my Twitter. But anyway, just wanted to kind of go over a few things. By the way, when you have these big gaps between lines that we draw, those are very tradable. There's big moves to be had. You can see right here, once it broke, it had that big to the down line. Unfortunately, I didn't play it as I was trying to play the rebound. I was trying to do something else. I was trying to work on a VIX thing where we try to get some fair value, but I gave up on it because obviously this was a losing trade. It didn't work. I thought it was onto something, but I've dropped it. These clout lines work. You just got to get your bias correct and the direction correct. And I use sweeps for that and some other stuff, but everyone has to figure that out for themselves. Um, you can kind of see that here today. Today we had the gap up right back to that blue line, and then we started going to the next level and the next level, and you can see it acted as support and resistance. I did think we were going to actually break out to this 366.26 level. Um, that did not happen. It still may happen, and then there's another big gap here, another big gap here that's tradable. I don't think we're going to get up here. I think it's more likely that we are going to head down. I may be completely wrong, but that's just my bias, and you got to trade yours accordingly. We could very well shoot up here, and then have to take a losing trade. Um, but as of right now, I am short right where we are right now. I may have mentioned that I am looking for a test of VWAP, see what it does, and then a break below it to this blue line. If it breaks below that, my first target is right around here, and then I may hold to see if it goes back down here tomorrow or so forth. Um, but that's today. You can see the lines are holding up really well, like they always have. If we go back, the lines have changed slightly day to day. We post these either the night before or in the morning. So these lines aren't drawn in hindsight. I mean, these lines are drawn first, and then the market happens, and you can see how accurate they are. I mean, not exactly to the penny, because drawing these lines is, it's tough on the D1 chart. You may be off a few pennies here and there, but pretty damn accurate. This is a couple times I've actually called the market to the penny, and this is how I do it with these lines and these clouds. So, but you can see my other videos for that. One other morning ritual I like to have is something called the Tradexchange. Many of you have heard me talk about it. I am an affiliate of theirs, and I do get paid a referral fee if you decide to join. And I only say that it's a new service for traders by traders basically. The guy that started it was an old hedge fund guy. Now he has this going on. So um, it's I've used this for several years already, and I personally I love it. It's really helped my trading quite a bit because it filters out a lot of noise. You get it helps you develop your bias definitely, and it just gives you a feel of what's going on in the morning and what to expect for the day in terms of economic reports and so forth. It's typically $45 a month, but they do run specials. We have a special for our real day trading for 3 months for $99. If you're interested in signing up, DM me or leave me a message on this video, and I'll reach out to you with the link. I'm not going to post it now, but I'm going to give you that opportunity. If you hear some growling, you actually hear my dog is with me today. He got fixed and he's looking out the window and he doesn't like who is walking by my office. I don't work from home. I like going to an office, so I trade from an office and have a pretty view, so my dog likes it. Anyway, so this is Tradexchange. What I like about it, it has a bunch of headlines. Well, hold on one second. Basil, come on, heel, stop. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You can actually size it to anything on your screen. You can make it small and just put it in a corner and just enable the scroll that so that you can see what's happening right now. Silver is at highs. It's been doing well. 10-year yield is seeing a lot of volatility today. It hit a morning high, a morning low, and that coincides with the market. You can see it right here. This, by the way, right here on the market, you can kind of see it's kind of a flag, a bull flag. You have, and yesterday we had kind of we had that several days ago as well. But you can if I kind of draw it, and I'm just going to kind of draw it real quick here. It's not going to be perfect, so bear with me. But here, and then you have your flagging. Oh, shoot, I did not want to move that line. I'll have to redraw that. But anyway, you have your your line right here. Okay, so I'm looking for this to break. Again, I've been stuck here at 366 since over here sometime. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, over an hour. So that's why I decided to do the video. Anyway, so let me go back to the Tradexchange. Let me show you guys a couple things. Actually, let me pull up my Twitter. This is my Twitter. Anyway, this is a PDF that they put out every single morning. It's called the Morning Mashup. Comes out around 7:30. It gives you kind of a really nice snap view of what's going on in the market. This alone, I think, is worth the price of, whatever, 45 bucks or whatever. But you can see what economic calendar comes out, the Fed speakers for today, pre-market data, maybe some morning information on, stuff. I know we had a Credit Suisse shares rumor about going bankrupt or whatever, and there's been an updated headline on that, which I'll show you as well. Insider purchases, the 10-year yields, currency. I mean, just a little bit of everything. They even have stocks that come out here that are really good sometimes. They'll post a rumor, for example, AKAM was a rumor on a buyout. Most of those don't pan out, but sometimes they're good for a quick hit if you see the headlines and you want to trade something. But anyway, this is what it looks like. This is the end of it. It takes about 5 minutes of your time, and I think it's very beneficial. I've been using this for about 3 or 4 years now, and to me, when I forget to read it, I have a bad day. When I read it, I have a good day. Sometimes, I get caught up in other things, and I said, oh, shit, I forgot to see what Fed speakers are speaking, or, or what are the current headlines I need to pay attention to, So anyway, so that's kind of the mashup, and then let me go back to my, right here. And this is some headlines, and let's just kind of go through a couple of them. And you can see the Fed was talking here and here and what the headlines are. Here's that Credit Suisse headline at 12:10 where it's trying to ease client fears. It's a CNBC headlines. Some of it you have to filter out the noise, but anyway, you can kind of go through this on your own and kind of see what the headlines are. Let me see if there's anything. Talks about VIX quite a bit. There's also a lot of sweeps on here as well. This is not who I use for sweeps, but these sweeps are definitely, you can see SU December 35 call activity on the offer expires December 16th. Or here's one, Chewy October 28 put activity on the bid side, expires the 7th. So I think, you can look up Chewy and see what it's doing when that headline comes out. But, my theory is when people are bidding $50,000 or $60,000 on puts or calls that expire on Friday, that's big money. They're going to know more what's going on than you and I as a retailer. So Anyway, here are more headlines. I mean, you kind of go through it, and then obviously as economics come out, they give the headlines here. So very interesting. It just kind of levels the playing field for retail traders. There's other stuff out there like uh, different ones I've tried. This for me is the easiest to use. You just have to do some research in other news services. I highly suggest everyone has one. Whichever one you may want to use that works for you is fine. Um, Obviously, yeah, I may make a referral of these things, but believe me, I would need about 5,000 of you guys to really make any money off of it. So anyway, um, if you have any questions, shoot me a private message on Twitter, or you're more than welcome to leave a comment on this video if you want the link to Tradexchange. And other than that, I was hoping that something would be happening here, but we're just kind of stuck. And normally around, my theory is, by the way, actually, I do want to go over that. A lot of people ask me, what are these white candles and what are these colored candles? Well, below here is the volume, and there's a white line here is basically the 50, I always want to say 50 day, but it's not. It's the, what's the word I'm looking for? La 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 la. I can't think of it all of a sudden. The 50, average. All right, well, it goes back 50 something. Not 50 day, but 50. That's funny. I cannot think of it. All right, maybe it'll come back to me. But anyway, you can see here that green and red candles are above average volume candles. Obviously, the volume is going to be more than average, typically in the mornings and late in the day. During, starting roughly around 10:30, 11, typically, you're going to find below volume candles. Around lunchtime, starting around, maybe 11:30 to 1:30 normally, you're going to see it even go down well. So this, right now, we are in the lunch crowd right here. So as traders come back and they're looking at this and they can see that there's been a lot of resistance, they'll either try to take this out and we go higher, or they're going to say, okay, that's enough, we're going to bring this lower, and the volume comes back in. You can kind of see if we look at yesterday, which is really right here. You can see after 10:30 we had the lunch crowd, then we had this big candle, and then, well, actually lunch came in here, and we kind of slowly started selling off on low volume, low volume, low volume, and then around 2 o'clock, 2:30, volume started picking back up from the lunch crowd, and then they really brought it down. So we may be able to expect that as well. We may have a very similar pattern to yesterday, where we have this uptick right here and then kind of compressed here, may have an uptick to up here, and then boom, may sell off, or we may go higher. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can tell you where the lines are, where we're going to have resistance and support, and sometimes I can give you direction, and sometimes I have a good feel for it, and other times it's a guessing game where we go from here. So but right now my bias is definitely short. So and even if we shoot up here, I'm willing to take the risk and short some more. Now, if we break through here, then I have to be careful, because we could shoot up here, and then I have to manage my risk. Anyway, I hope this was a nice little midday update. I'm not going to go back and listen to the video, because it's painful to hear myself talk. Please subscribe here in the corner somewhere. Subscribe and like it, so that I can do more. All right. Thanks, guys.